Greetings once again. I took a couple of sleeping tablets last night and went to bed I think I fell asleep about 10 o'clock. I woke up about 9 o'clock this morning, so I got 11 hours sleep. That's the longest I've slept for ages. Hair's getting longer. Is my belly getting smaller? Let's do the weigh-in. Moment of truth. 12 stone 1 pound. I always do these weigh-ins, but I can't remember how much I weighed last time. Quite what the point is, but that's cheered me up a bit. Went shopping yesterday in Ipswich to buy some shoes and a bag, so I'll just get myself a bit more presentable. Perhaps I'll pop outside to the summer house and I'll show you what I bought. This is a thank you card I got from my niece. It's a little flower made up with fingerprints. I don't know why I've decided to do this in the summer house. Here's the summer house, well, my mum's summer house really. There's the castle. As I might have shown you before, it's very odd having a castle as a neighbour. But, you know, they don't make too much noise at night. It's so hot in here though. I should have gone out there under that tree there and done it in the shade, but I don't mind talking to you, but I feel a bit of a fanny really talking to a camera in front of the neighbours, so I like to hide myself away a bit. Perhaps that self-consciousness will disappear at some point. Cup of coffee, cup of joe, as the Americans would call it. Every day when I get up I look at the BBC News website just to catch up on current events. And there's a couple of stories today which made me feel a bit sad, but I'll just dwell upon them. And one's the fact that they've found the body of this lady here. Another photo of her here, look, there she is. A midwife who's gone missing about a week ago, and unfortunately yesterday they found her body. She's called Samantha Eastwood. I don't know why really, that's just sort of touched me, this story, because I just don't understand why horrible things happen. It's naive of me. Perhaps there's some sort of sexual motive. They've arrested someone over it, but I'll tell you what struck me really is that you can just tell sometimes by looking at someone's photo, just hearing a little bit about what people say about them, what nice people they obviously were. So that's a sad little thing. And there's another really sad little thing for anyone my age in the UK, or anyone with kids, is that one half of the Chuckle brothers has died. Barry Elliott, he's the Chuckle brothers. They typically dressed up in really loud clothing like this to do their children's TV show, Chucklevision, and that's Barry who died. And there's another photo of them together. And I feel for Paul really, because that's his brother that's his lost, but as he's already said to the press today, it's his comedy partner and his very best friend. They've worked together all their life. Barry was 73, I think, when he died yesterday. And Paul must be feeling that really bad. I went to see them twice with my wife and daughter. We went to see them at the Spa Pavilion. Excuse me, it is hot. The Spa Pavilion in Felixstowe, doing one of their stage shows. And the kids absolutely adored it. It was brilliant. And we also went to see them at the Furturist Theater in Scarborough. My laptop's being a bit... And the Furturist Theater is no more, I'm afraid. That was the inside of the theatre. Lovely big theatre, lovely open stage. Good sight lines everywhere. really quite a big stage there. And the three of us sat sort of about here somewhere. And I've got another photo of it here somewhere. There we go, look. Lovely big upper circle there, the gods. And unfortunately, as Wikipedia says, the theatre closed on the 6th of January 2014 after the operator's lease expired. It's the Futurist Theatre in Scarborough. As of January 2014, an alternative operator was being sought. In January 2017, so that's about 18 months ago, Scarborough Borough Council voted to demolish the theatre by the narrowest of margins, 22 to 21. The decision was a controversial one, as not all the councillors voted. Demolition of the building began in June 2018, so that's last month. So that's a pity. That's a pity. That was a lovely theatre. A little bit of history gone there. It was built in 1921, so it nearly made 100 years. And when we saw the Chuckle Brothers there, and this just shows the work ethic of entertainers and seaside summertime entertainers. They were doing a season at Scarborough and Great Yarmouth. So during the week they were performing at one venue, had one day off while they travelled in their little motorhome from Scarborough, say, down to Great Yarmouth, which is a good 3 hours journey, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, something like that, because the road across to Great Yarmouth isn't a great one, it gets a bit chocker. And then they'd perform there and then have 1 or maybe 2 days off, during which they travelled back up and back to the other venue and done that show. And they'd done that all summer long, weeks and weeks. So, you know, hats off to them, and we're going to miss them. I suppose Paul might carry on performing somehow, but I don't know how he can really, because they were the Chuckle Brothers. And well, there we go, we'll miss them greatly, but I ain't going to dwell on anything too miserable and make myself all tearful and depressed. But I just thought I'd mention that, because they were great, you know, a great comedy double act in a real sort of old style vaudeville slapstick music hall kind of style, you know, and we'll miss them, but thanks for all the laughs, folks. Anyway, might move out somewhere a bit cooler now and do my shopping haul. Moved out of the summer house now, it was baking in there. So, I'm not going to be embarrassed about talking to a box in full view of everyone. Went shopping yesterday in Ipswich. Went to Debenhams. Bought myself a little man bag. Converse. 1 or 2 zips here. It's got a little front zip. My wallet. Let's try it on for size. Slightly longer strap required. About 16 quid. Everything I bought was a bargain yesterday. I suppose £16 is probably fair enough for this, but it was 20, so perhaps I've got 4 quid off, you can never tell, can you? So that's that. I got myself some Converse, JD Sport. One stars, I think these are cool. I mean, I don't know whether you can trust money off things, but if you look in there, it does say was £65, now 25. So you got a JD Sports near you and you fancy a pair of Converse, £25. and as they used to be called, limousines for your feet. Back in the 70s. They fit me a treat. 25 quid. Can't be bad. I'm still sweating. I feel like I'm in the deep south of America. Keep fan my brow. And these were from Millets, which is actually, I found out when I was talking to the guy in the shop, really nice guy in Ipswich upstairs, in the Millets shop in Ipswich. Didn't catch his name, sorry about that, but really nice guy. He's only been there a couple of weeks, but lovely guy. And I got these. I like my Converse, and I'm a little bit of a sucker for a label sometimes, but when it comes to shoes to actually wear day to day, for yomping around in the forest and having my little walks, I find high-tech shoes have always served me well. The last couple I had chucked in the bin last night. We had a little ceremony and lit some candles, said a prayer, and I chucked them in the bin. But I'd worn them most days for a year, really. I bought them in Hastings on holiday when I only had my Crocs with me, and it was absolutely hammering down with rain. When you lose the tread on the bottom of Crocs, because I wear shoes into the ground, it's like skating on ice when it rains, so I had to buy some, and they've lasted me a year and they've done well, but they've got to the stage where they're a bit old and a bit stinky, so I bought these. I don't know what they're called actually. V-Light. They are incredibly light. And it says they're waterproof, so I wouldn't exactly go out in the pouring rain with them because it's still material based, but I thought they'd be good because at least up to here that's all just plastic. Might mean they're a little bit sweaty, but I can't imagine that letting in a lot of water from puddles and things like that. I mean, you're not going to go and climb Ben Nevis with these on, but these were £29, which for a pair of shoes is great value for money, I thought. Just slip them on. I quite like the yellow soles actually. Be something for the police to look at when I'm running away. So there you go. I'm not made of money, so I do like a bargain. I do like a shop. It's good therapy when you're feeling a little bit down. You know, even if you're spending, even if you can get £5 and you go into town and buy something that you think's worth £5, it makes you feel a little bit better about yourself, doesn't it? Let's be honest. So that's my shopping haul. My word. It's nice around this side of the house where it's in the shade. I forgot my spirit level and angle grinder. My dad and I relayed these paving slabs the other day and I got them out of my works van. I'm going to need them at some point, aren't I? And I'm going to look in the back of my van and go, where have they? Chuck them in the recycling bin. Look, here's my old trainers. They served me well. I've got to plant these out. These are some seedlings, look. I've just sown in here. I think those ones will stay in that pot, but I've got Californian poppies, which are brilliant, because if it doesn't get too much frost in the winter, they will come again next year. They're almost a perennial. These are all from seed. They really glow in the sunshine. So Californian poppies, they're worth growing from seed, but I must bung them in the ground somewhere. Some cosmos, cool little things in that seed tray. They're nice because they grow very tall, but they haven't got too much bulk to the leaves, so you can see through them. So you can plant them towards the front of a border and they don't obstruct the view. And tobacco plants. And they've got a nice flower on them and a lovely scent at night time. And they will also self-seed all over the place if you're lucky. So, you know, one packet of seeds, and if you get a few plants out of them, you'll have tobacco plants forevermore. But the only thing is they're very sticky on the leaf. Oh, that really is sticky. So don't put them right near your doorway when you're going to brush past them all the while, because that'll get on your wig. Those dahlias are looking good. So I'm going to plant them out, I think. These Japanese anemones seem to like it around here in the shade. White flowers are lovely, aren't they? Because in the darkness of a shady area, or at night time, they really pick up. I just thought I'd better warn you about the tobacco plants though. Don't go thinking that you can grow your own tobacco. My late father-in-law, Reg, he had a mate at work who grew his own tobacco and dried it out and smoked it. I think he probably smoked it in a pipe, but he ended up in hospital with nicotine poisoning. I shouldn't laugh, but it's quite funny, because if you grow your own tobacco, you haven't got a clue how strong the stuff is that you're producing. A bit like if you're growing anything, I suppose. And he gave himself nicotine poisoning because he accidentally grew some horrendously strong tobacco. So, you know, probably best to vape. I've got my vape with me. Oh yeah, look, still going strong. The Solo Walker. I have gone up a level in strength on my liquid, so this is now 18 milligram liquid from Tesco's or somewhere. It must be better than smoking. Anyway, on with the day. Look at this. I work for a major telecommunications company in the UK, and I'm currently on call now. And I cover a big sort of swathe of East Anglia, all the way from sort of Kings Lynn down the Norfolk coast down to about Clacton Way, Mersey Island, all around there. So it's quite a big patch. But when I'm here in Orford and I'm on call, I've got naff all phone signal sometimes, so while I'm outside I have to keep my phone up here in the tree. I wonder if I've got any signal. Nope. So that'll come and go and pick it up now and again, so if they try to get hold of me and they leave a voicemail, at least that'll go ping at some point. The only place that I've got a reliable signal here is down at the river for some reason, probably because it's quite open, and upstairs, but I can't spend the whole day upstairs, so I'll leave the phone there in the tree and hopefully if someone wants me they'll get hold of me. I was having a dig around yesterday and found my Philips hair trimmer, nasal hair trimmer, because I've noticed on these videos that I've got a bit of nasal hair sticking out, so these are brilliant things. It's got a little trimming blade there. It takes, I think, just one AA cell. You can do your lugs with them and your nose with them, and you can't cut yourself with it. So I've noticed one looking back at my other videos, I've got a few little tufts sticking out there. It's not very pleasant, is it? So I'll have a quick whip round with that later. So guys, get yourself one of these, because I'm not the vainest of persons, so I don't shave very often. I don't look at myself in the mirror very often. Perhaps I don't like the reflection. So get yourself one of these. Mr. Blackbird's just poking around out there. I wonder what he's looking for. What flavour's yours?
Mint chocolate.
I've got roast coffee. We're at Aldeburgh having ice creams. Yum, yum, yum. There we go. Walk to Maggie Hambling's scallop shell sculpture for Benjamin Britten on on the beach here at Aldeburgh. Another lovely day. Had a nice ice cream. We'll walk back to the car now. Got some sea cabbage here. Just looks like normal cabbage. I don't know if it's that good to eat though. It's very good on the beach though because it's such a hard glaucous. That means it's sort of that grey colour. It's tough as boots, but it doesn't lose a lot of water in the wind. You can put up with salt spray. See, I've got a camera operated. A beautiful one. So I'm hands-free. Perhaps I'll go back by the church and look at Benjamin Britten's grave. That'll cheer us up, eh, kids? Here we are at the Moot Hall in Aldeburgh. A very old building, built in, well, the top bit here was built in 1530. So that's 400 or 500 years almost, getting on for.
Yeah.
That's where the council, I think they still meet here actually. All that time. And that's about all I know. We're going to have a race here. Race, 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 race.
I get a shot at this.
Here we are, Aldeburgh Church. I'm pretty sure Benjamin Britten is buried here somewhere. I said the other day on a YouTube video that his assistant, who I think was called Elizabeth, who was the daughter of the composer Gustav Holst, is buried here as well, but I don't know whether we'll find them or not. Perhaps I've just been talking rubbish, but it's lovely and cool in here. So we'll have a little bit of a scout around. See if we can find the great man's grave.
And here we see a wild Oliver Gibbs in his natural habitat, searching for Ben Britten. He goes in for the attack. Whether he will find the grave or not, we don't know yet.
Bit of a clue here. I've been getting Imogen's name wrong. I've been calling her Elizabeth, but she's Imogen. It's a nice name. Imogen Holst.
It doesn't make any difference.
But here it is, Benjamin Britten. Died 1976. I was 3 years old. Next to him is his partner, Peter. Peter Pears. Peter lived another 10 years without his lover. Must have been difficult for them living in an age where being in love with another man was frowned upon. So, good luck to them. Perhaps they set a trend. That's a smashing grave, look. The Millennium Falcon. Aged 39 years, poor chap. May the force be with you. Good on you, mate. Hi, I'm stupid. I've been looking all over for Imogen's grave, and she's right behind Peter and Benjamin. Imogen Holst. She's the only child of the composer Gustav Holst, which you'll know from the planets. I expect everyone's heard the planets, Mars, Jupiter, and all that. My camera operator's looking. I bet you recognise the music. Oh, here we are, back where we started. Had a nice day out by the seaside, didn't we, camera operator?
It was lovely.
See you all later.